It's your boy John Mike.
What up with you guys? You know who it is. It's your boy John Mike back again. And today we're going to be talking about the top 5 MIDI controllers of 2020. But before I get into that, real quick, I just want to say thank you to all you guys that have supported the channel this year. 2020 has been an interesting year for all of us. We've had all kind of stuff going on. I won't say it for fear of demonetization and putting some little text down under my video, but it's been some crazy stuff that happened in 2020 that we just couldn't control. But you guys made it really fun interacting with you guys throughout the year and growing the channel and being a part and watching videos and us just hanging out together and doing this journey on learning about all these MIDI controllers and things that are on the market. So I'm really excited about 2021 and what it's going to bring. Hopefully a whole lot better things than what 2020 brought to us. But hopefully, it's going to be a good year for all of us. And if you didn't have a good year in 2020, I'm praying blessings for you guys in 2021, that things turn around for you, that things go up, that things go higher, all of those good things like that. So we're excited about it. I hope you're excited. So let's get into it. We're going to talk about the top 5 MIDI controllers of 2020. So in order to do this video, what I decided to do was keep a really simple criteria. It had to be a MIDI controller that came out this year. So we're only going to be talking about MIDI controllers that came out in 2020. You're not going to see anything on this list that came out in 2019, even though it's probably your favorite keyboard or something that you got on your desk right now. You're not going to see like the Keylab Essential 49 or anything like that, or anything before that. This isn't a top MIDI controllers of all time. It's just the top MIDI controllers of 2020. So we're going to talk about the top 5. So I got an honorable mention for you guys, and we're going to talk about that. So let's jump into it with number 5. All right, so number 5 is the M-Audio KeyStation 88 MK3. This is the one that came out just a few months ago, and I decided to make it number 5 for several reasons. It's a really great board. You should definitely check it out. Great key bed, 88 keys. Now it's a little clicky clacky. That's one of the reasons why it's at number 5, but it's got great in and out on it. You got like a sustain pedal and an expression pedal jack and MIDI out on this. It's very lightweight, very portable. It's not anything that's heavy. It's gig worthy. You can grab this thing with one hand and bring it in to a gig and set it up really quickly. It doesn't have a whole lot of controls on it. You got one knob, one fader. You got your little, pitch bend and mild wheel stuff, but nothing too heavy on the control aspect of it. So that's one of the reasons why it's at number 5. But it's a great board. And the main reason that it's in this list is because it is $229. So that means this is probably at the time of talking, the cheapest 88 key semi-weighted keyboard that you can buy on the market right now. So it's a really good board. Also comes with some really dope software package that comes with it. And it's a really dope board. You should check it out. This was number 5. So number 4 is the Arturia Keylab 88 Essential. It is really dope board. It came out about the mid part of this year, maybe March, April, May time frame. I did a video on it. Of course, you can check it up in the cards down in the description. Really dope board, semi-weighted, has a lot of control options. And I made this one number 4 because it's really dope in terms of control. And it's got multiple DAW modes that you can use it in, pads, faders, knobs. They feel really premium. The key bed is really good. It's a little springy, but it's not a noisy, clicky clacky key bed like the M-Audio. And they recently did an update, and I got a video coming showing about this. They did an update to the key velocity to kind of address some of the issues with playing piano and things like that. Really great board, really dope board, good in and out. You got external MIDI, you got a sustain jack, you got all those things that you would need to really make this into a seriously dope board. It's lightweight, it's heavier than the M-Audio. You could still kind of grab this under, your arm and bring this in for a gig or whatever the case may be. And it's also very durable because this chassis is made of like metal instead of plastic, so it could take a licking and stuff like that. Still would suggest if you travel with it, get a case to put it in or what have you. But so it's a really dope board. Lives in the $350, $349 range. Comes with some really good software, and this would definitely be my number 4 pick for the year. My number 3 pick for the year is the Akai MPK Mini MK3. This is a really dope board. Came out a few months ago, I think around the August, September range. A little bit over $100. Portable as heck. This is portable as heck. Great key bed on it. You got pads, you got knobs, and all those things like that. Joystick, a lot of control. This has been my go-to board for travel. When I go out, when I'm going different places, I'm taking this board with me. It's got a sustained jack, which you don't find on many keyboards. You don't find that, but the knobs and faders all feel premium. The key bed feels premium. It's a really good pick. It's my really dope pick for the number 3. Comes with some good software and stuff as well. MPC Beats, Ableton Live, little stuff like that you can kind of get with it. So you can really start making music with this out the gate, and it's not going to cost you a whole lot to get into this game and utilize this, and it's hyper portable. So this is my number 3 pick for the year in terms of MIDI controllers. All right, my number 2 pick for the year, and this one's a hard one to put at number 2. This is the Novation Launch Key MK3. This was probably one of my favorite keyboards that came out this year. I mean, it just had, it checked a lot of boxes. You got the knobs, the faders, all of the different controls and stuff on it, and they feel really premium. That was one of the things that really impressed me about this board, was the actual feel of the knobs and the travel of them, and the feel of the buttons and the pads was really premium. Novation took their time and really crafted something that felt a little bit more like art, and a good studio piece that looked good and felt good and all of those things like that across the board. So it made it really hard to put this one in at number 2. And I'll explain the reason why this ended up at number 2 when I talk about number 1. But it's just a really dope, kind of flow for a controller. And if you use Ableton, this is probably going to be the best controller that you can get for Ableton in terms of controlling and doing launching scenes and doing all those things like that. It's a really dope board. It's my number 2 pick. It lives in the $200 range, a little bit over $200, $220, $230, depending on where you're getting it from. But in what size, and 49, 61, and all of that you're getting, what you're going to pay for it. But it's a really dope board. And it lives at my number 2. This is my number 2 pick for the year as far as a MIDI controller. So that's my take on the Novation. And this is number 2. And now let's talk about number 1. My number 1 pick of the year is, you guessed it, the M Audio Oxygen Pro 61 or 49, whichever one. This is the number 1 keyboard pick of the year because it just checks all of the boxes. It was really hard to choose between this one, and I gave it a whole lot of consideration between this one and the Novation because they essentially have a lot of the same features with art mode and scale mode and chord mode and things of that nature. But I had to give it to the M Audio because I really like the layout of having the pads over here and the faders over here, because like when you're playing a lot of times, especially if you're right-handed, and I think maybe that's why I did it with me, because I'm right-handed, I tend to want to reach up with my left hand and do some things like that, because the right hand is typically doing some more important things than the left hand, what the left hand is doing. So I tend to reach up. So I like the fact that it's got faders over here instead of over the other side. So it just really kind of does it for me. The other thing that really did it for me is the amount of control that you get with this board. There's just a ton of control, as you can see, from knobs and faders to pads. You can launch clips in Ableton. It just checks all of the boxes of a MIDI controller and what you kind of want. The key bed feels really, really good and really, really premium. And that was another deciding factor between this and the Novation was the key bed, because I'm not as married to the key bed on the Launch Key as I am on this one. This is a little bit more deep seated, a little bit less clacky. It feels good. It sounds good. I could probably do synth stuff and piano stuff on this and be really, really cool with that. And the fact that it has a control mode or a DAW mode for pretty much any DAW that's on the market. It's got a preset for it that works out really, really great. So this is my number one pick for the year, is the M-Audio Oxygen Pro. So check this one out, and yeah, go grab it. Links down in the description, affiliate links, helps out the channel, all those things like that. Now on to the honorable mention of the year, and that is the Nectar Impact GXP 88. This came out early in the year, early in 2020. Really, really dope board in terms of that by Nectar. This was hard to put, to not mention. That's why I had to make it as an honorable mention, because it was between this and the M-Audio at number 5, mainly because this keyboard has a lot to offer. So I wouldn't want to discount it and not include it in the list, because it's minimalistic. Now, the thing that was the deciding factor between this and the M-Audio was that this one is like heavy. It's a beast. It's got some weight to it. So it's not as portable as the M-Audio, but it does have the same in and out and the same minimalistic type vibe that the M-Audio offers. Buttons, not a whole lot on control. But what's really dope about this with the key bed is that it actually includes aftertouch on it. And there's not too many keyboards at this price range that actually include aftertouch on them. So it's really, really dope with this now, but I'm not married to the feel of the keyboard, but I think it's dope that it has aftertouch. And I'll be doing a follow-up review on this really, really soon, because I've been using it on some different productions and some different things. So I kind of developed some objective opinions about it, but I won't go into them in this video. I'll go into it in a different video that'll be a little bit more dedicated. But this is a really, really good board. It lives in the $300 range. So that's why I didn't put it at number 5 as well, because the M-Audio is $229 versus this being $299. So yeah, it's still a good board. I still would recommend it if you're looking for a keyboard that's in that price range, that's 88 keys and has aftertouch on it. This is probably going to be your best bet for that. That is giving you that, and something that's minimalistic, that's not going to take up a whole lot of space. It's still good and still decent, and I would recommend it as this year's honorable mention. All right. So that's it. That's my top 5 for 2020. Is it exactly what you thought it was? Did I not mention keyboards that you thought I should have mentioned? Let me know. Is it the order that you would have put them in? I want to know down in the comments. Let me know. Again, I'm looking forward to 2021. Looking forward to interacting with you guys, getting in some more keyboards, doing some more reviews, being a little bit more active, growing the channel. We're at 34,000 subs and moving forward. So I'm looking forward to inching closer and closer to that 100,000. And you guys can help me by doing these 3 things. You know what you can do. And I'm going to say it for the last time of 2020. You can hit the like button. You can hit the share button. You can subscribe if you haven't subscribed. You can turn on notifications. And I'll talk to you guys next year. Holla at your boy.